Hey everyone! Welcome back to Speak English Podcast. I'm Emmy, and as always, I'm joined by Joe. Today, we're diving into a fascinating and maybe a little bit terrifying topic, brain rot. What happens when you feel like your brain is turning to mush? Why do people say they're losing control of their mind? And is brain rot even a real thing?
That's right, Emmy. We hear this term thrown around a lot, especially on the internet. People say things like, social media is giving me brain rot, or watching too much TV is melting my brain. But is there actual science behind this? Or is it just a funny way to say, I'm feeling mentally exhausted?
Great questions. Before we get too deep, let's set the stage. When we talk about brain rot, we're not talking about a literal medical condition where your brain physically rots. It's more of a slang term for mental decline, when you feel like your brain isn't working as well as it used to.
Exactly, it can mean trouble focusing, memory problems, lack of creativity, or just a sense of mental fatigue. And this can happen for a lot of reasons: too much passive content consumption, lack of critical thinking, even too much routine without challenges.
So, let's break it down. What actually causes this feeling? Why do some people say they feel like their brain is rotting?
There are a few major factors. One of the biggest ones is overstimulation. In today's world, we are constantly bombarded with information: TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, news, notifications. Your brain is always processing something, and when that happens too much, you lose the ability to focus deeply.
That makes so much sense. Instead of taking time to reflect or think critically, we're always jumping from one thing to another.
Exactly, and another reason is passive consumption. Watching hours of content without engaging your brain actively can make it harder to focus on real-life tasks.
Yeah, like binge watching a series. You're just absorbing everything without actually thinking about it.
Right, then there's the issue of dopamine addiction. Social media, video games, and even junk food give us little hits of dopamine, the feel-good chemical. Over time, we need more and more stimulation to feel satisfied, and normal, slower activities start to feel boring or difficult.
Wow. So that's why some people struggle to read a book or sit quietly without checking their phone every 5 seconds.
Exactly, and another huge factor is lack of deep work. Our brains are meant to solve problems, learn, and think critically. But if we're always distracting ourselves, we lose the ability to focus for long periods and work through difficult thoughts.
That's scary to think about. So does that mean brain rot is permanent? Once you lose focus, can you get it back?
The good news is it's reversible. The brain is incredibly adaptable. If you start challenging yourself again, you can rebuild focus and mental clarity.
So, what can people do to recover from brain rot?
First, reduce passive consumption. Instead of just watching videos, try engaging in active learning, taking notes, discussing ideas, or practicing a new skill.
Okay, so instead of just watching, say, an English learning video, you should repeat the words, write them down, and use them in sentences.
Exactly, then, practice deep work. Set aside time where you focus on a single task without distractions. It could be reading, writing, or problem solving.
And I'm guessing we should also limit social media and phone use.
Definitely, take breaks from screens, spend time outside, and engage in real conversations.
Makes sense. What about sleep and exercise? Do they help?
Absolutely. Good sleep and regular exercise are crucial for brain health. Sleep helps your brain process information and clear out toxins, while exercise increases blood flow to the brain, which improves memory and focus.
That's a great point. I've also read that meditation can help with focus. Do you think that's true?
Definitely. Meditation trains your brain to slow down and focus on one thing at a time. Even just 10 minutes a day can improve attention span and reduce stress.
That's amazing. What about diet? Does what we eat affect our brain function?
100%. Your brain needs proper nutrients to function well. Foods rich in omega-3 fatty acids, like fish, nuts, and seeds, help brain health. Also, staying hydrated is important. Even slight dehydration can cause brain fog.
So if someone is feeling mentally sluggish, they should check their diet, water intake, and sleep quality first before assuming something is seriously wrong.
Exactly, sometimes small changes can make a big difference.
This is so interesting. Now let's go deeper. What about digital detoxing? Can taking a break from social media and screens really reset your brain?
Yes, a digital detox helps reset dopamine levels and improves focus. Many people who take breaks from screens say they feel clearer, less anxious, and more creative afterward.
That makes me want to try it. Maybe a 24-hour no-phone challenge.
That would be an amazing experiment. Even a few hours a day without screens can make a difference.
All right, before we wrap up, let's bring in Lili for the vocabulary breakdown.
Hey, guys. Here are 10 important words we used today. Brain rot, a slang term for mental decline or the feeling of losing focus. Mental fatigue, when your brain feels tired and unfocused. Overstimulation, when your brain is exposed to too much information, making it hard to focus. Passive consumption, taking in information without actively engaging with it. Deep work, focusing deeply on one task without distractions. Critical thinking, the ability to analyze and evaluate information instead of just accepting it. Distractions, things that pull your attention away from what you're supposed to focus on. Adaptable, able to change and improve in different situations. Cognitive function, the brain's ability to think, learn, and remember.
Thanks, Lili. That was super helpful.
Yeah, I think we've all learned something today. Brain rot isn't just a joke, it's something we should take seriously, but the good news is, we can fix it.
Absolutely. Thanks for listening, everyone. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to subscribe and leave a review. We'll see you next time.